Don't tell Sally. She's built sweet. She got everything an Uncle John needs.
I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
Nope. What's up, FTFers? Yeah, in an SHTF scenario, it can be an FAFO situation. There's really no place for the John McClane in that scenario. Instead of running towards the enemy, you should be hiding from it. Strategic avoidance. And typically in a non-permissive environment, you've got to go places that people don't want to go. You're going to have to do things that you normally wouldn't do. You're going to have to make compromises. Okay, now in our kit, we tested the hammock, we tested sleeping on the ground in the bivvy. Now it's time to test our clothes. That's right, I said that it is time to test our clothes. Now, typically when I start off, I try to start off cold. I mean, you'll notice that I'm just wearing a single base layer. And that's because when I'm running through the jungle, I'm gonna sweat and I want it to evaporate off of me really quick. But as soon as you stop, you're gonna start to get cold. And the idea here is to get ahead of it. We don't wanna get cold, we wanna stay warm. Now, everything that I wanna keep dry, I keep in this dry sack right here. It's actually a stuff sack that is compressible and it's also waterproof. All right, now the first thing that I wanna do is I wanna put on my second layer of protection. This is actually a waffle layer. This is an Arc'teryx level 2 top. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this layer on because I need to keep my core warm. The next thing that I'm gonna put on is my puffer jacket. I've got to get that intermediate layer on. I've also got to get the loft filled back up. Now I'm gonna put on my wool buff. That is very much better. And now I gotta take my pants off. No shame in my game. You'll notice I'm rocking the Silk Weights ECWCS Gen 3s, and I'm going to be covering up the ninja suit with the ECWCS Gen 3 waffle layer. Now you'll notice in the waffles, they have all these little lines right here, and this is where the air will get trapped, because that's what it's all about, is creating a microclimate by trapping air. Work it. Hey, if you're gonna do it, you just own it. Now I'm gonna put my pants back on. And you're gonna wanna tuck in that first base layer. And now would be a good time to change into your wool socks. Now we're not done yet. We've still got to put on the barrier layers, and we have some accessories or accoutrement to put on as well. Now right here is the weather forecast. Apparently my weather rock is more accurate than the computer models that they have at the Weather Channel. I guess I should be grateful, but I was supposed to be filming this in the rain. It never seems to work out the way that you want it to when you're trying to film. Okay, the next layer that we're gonna pull out, these are actually Gore-Tex. These are Adidas Gore-Tex golf pants. They're athletic cut, so I can move around. And I really like the slip throughs just because that makes everything so easy. Bam, son. Make sure that all your layers, that they work well together. You don't want your pants catching when you're high stepping. Now, a word about my puffer. This is an Eddie Bauer. It's a 650 fill Eddie Bauer down jacket. The thing about puffers, they're amazing until you get them wet. And also, you can't put a heavy jacket on top of this. It has to be extremely lightweight. So for my shell layer, I've just got my North Face rain jacket. One thing that I do like about it is this inside. I know you can't see it really well, but there's all these little bitty raised surfaces on it, and that's so that it can slip on top of another jacket, and also so it can trap air. And any really good rain jacket is going to have ventilation built into the jacket. See, that's the thing about having a barrier layer is you can't have your cake and eat it too, so you know you got to have compromises. Oh yes. And pro tip, you want the rain jacket to be longer than the layers that are underneath it because you don't want them to be wet. Now, when it comes to gloves, I like having options. These are my OR fingerless wool gloves. They're great if I've got to work the camera or if I've got to work my weapon. And then when it gets really cold, I've got these Giver gloves. These are the level 2s. They have a pair that is just leather, and then they've got an Arctic pair after this. These have been the best that I've ever had. I actually wore them on the Boundary Waters when it would get down to like -30. These are awesome gloves, Giver gloves. Okay, the next thing is the beanie. Got to keep your head warm, guys. This is a Dragon Wear. It was issued to me. It's actually made out of Nomex, which is really cool because if you got to get something like a pot out of the fire, these things are fireproof, and so they make a really, really good oven mitt improvised in the field. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Now here's what I do. If I'm not ready to put my gloves on, I just stick them inside of my pockets. And now it is time for us to go ahead and put our entire kit back together. Remember, we're in a non-permissive environment and we may have to de-ass the area really fast. Lock everything in really good. Now the only thing from the kit that I'm going to actually use tonight is my ground pad. In this scenario, conduction and convection are going to be our greatest enemy. In a non-permissive environment, you do not want to disturb this area. If you start cutting a bunch of pine boughs and making yourself a nice little herringbone mattress and putting debris on top of it, somebody's going to know that you were there. The idea here is 0 footprint if we can get away with it. We just want to get up against a tree, get in an area that nobody wants to be in. Remember the military crest, you don't want to be at the very top of the hill and you definitely don't want to be in the bottom. We want to be in a very good strategic location so that we can de-ass this area if we need to in a hurry. This is not a permanent base camp. Okay, we are here to get some Z's and then we're going to take off as soon as we can. Now, unfortunately, this is the part of the video where I have to do a disclaimer. There seems to be a trend of people here on YouTube that are going out and they're doing things like this and they're not coming home. I feel a responsibility as a content creator to tell somebody, if you are watching this video and you want to go out and you want to do challenges like this, please be careful. I've got over 14 years experience as a SAR-1 and I have been the guy that's had to go after people like that. And believe me, I've been in situations myself where my team actually thought they were going to die. When the lake is frozen over and there's 30 to 50 mile an hour winds and a helicopter can't get to you and the roads are iced over and you have to shelter in place and the temperature is 19 degrees and it rained and then it sleeted and then it snowed, that makes for a really long night, especially if your team is not prepared for that kind of condition. Pop-up storms happen all the time. The weather guys don't get it right all the time. You know this. Always have redundant backups. Always have a comms plan. Let somebody know where you are. If you can get into an area, make sure that you can get back out. All I'm saying is that your ego is not worth your life. So make sure when you do this kind of thing that you take calculated risks. I'm not saying don't challenge yourself. I'm not saying don't take risks. I'm saying there's a right way and a wrong way. And just because you see somebody do it, that doesn't mean that you are ready to do it. Now let's get back to it because I'm about to lose filming light and we got a couple other things we got to talk about. Okay, the camera is making it look a lot lighter than it actually is. It's actually getting really dark. So I wanted to give you a few tips and tricks before we actually go to sleep. The first of which is you need to hydrate. If you can hydrate, then you can thermoregulate. If you don't hydrate, it doesn't matter how many clothes you have on, you're not going to be able to thermoregulate. You may think just because it's cold that you don't need the water, but that is absolutely not true. You need it even more. Number 2, eat something before you go to bed. Get that internal furnace going so that you can stay warm from the inside out. Tip number 3 is if you start shivering, then that's the first sign of hypothermia. You need to get up, you need to move around. You got to get that blood flowing. If you have to, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, get up, walk around. One move that I like to do is I like to drink a bunch of water, then I eat something, then I go for a walk, I pee, and then I go lay down. Now, when it's really cold, your body's going to want to get rid of everything to make it more efficient so it can heat your body up. And that is why you have to pee so much when it's cold. Now, I think that's enough knowledge bombs because it is time for us to lay down and see if our clothes are going to work in this kind of weather. Remember, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Okay, I've got the pack cover for this just in case it starts raining. All I have to do is reach into the top and pull it out and put it on top. I'm actually wearing my shelter, so I'm not worried about getting wet. As far as my weapon goes, if it gets wet, so what? I am actually pretty tired, guys. I'm gonna put my gloves on. I'm gonna put my hoods on. I'm actually really warm. That's why in past videos with my hammock and being on the ground with the bivvy and my MMS system and the pad, I haven't been worried. I know that I'm gonna be fine. Y'all have seen me do this multiple times, but this one, we'll just say it's the official fall version. Okay, final checks, get that out of the way. Does the red dot on? Yes, yes. Safety's on, cover's on. Does the light work? Yes. Okay guys, that's it. Time for some shut-eye. Oh man. God, that would have been so awesome if I just got that on video. The coyotes. Let's see, can y'all see me? The coyotes just went off. It's 17 past midnight. Dang it. Oh, that would have been so cool. I guess I gotta pee. At least everything's charged now. Dang it. Oh my God. Oh, that is so bright. Started sprinkling a little bit. Had to get my cover out. God, I got it. The peeing is real. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Okay. Back to sleep. Back to sleep for a little bit. Don't forget the camera, dumbass. Well, the ground's wet. So am I. I just checked the weather forecast. Said it feels like 34 and rain. Well, that's just perfect. I don't even know if y'all can see me or not. That light is so bright. God, my head itches. It's a little wet. I'm not sure if it's from rain or sweat. I'm actually good. I couldn't have been from the rain. I had my hood on. Oh well. It is, let's see, 7:45. I've been up for quite a while now. It's just like the sun is never gonna come up, which means a storm front is definitely coming today. I can tell. It's starting to get windy. It's damp. It's chilly. But hey, we did it. And I don't feel terrible. I've had much worse nights. I can say that I want some coffee, but we're in a non-permissive environment, so I guess you could drink it cold. Cold coffee on a cold morning, that ain't no good though. I guess all I gotta do is pack up and get out of here and I could have that hot coffee and a shower before editing. That would be good. We'll just pack up it. Oh, it's the birds. Finally, I hear the birds. I know my hunters know what this is like. It's just painful waiting on the sun to come up. It's a little wet, not too bad. Oh man, I just heard a fire engine. That's not good. But hey, the sun is almost out. Yep, a storm is a-coming. You can feel it in the air. It's about to pop off. Getting really windy out here now. All right, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just tired of waiting around. I went ahead and changed it over to the large tripod with the umbrella just in case it started pouring rain. But you know what? I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm gonna head to the house, shower, coffee, editing. If you're honey smack digging, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And until next time, y'all, keep fueling those fires. Woo! Another one bites the dust. Challenge me. I'll do it. There we go. Ooh. I gotta poop.
Right now, the U.S. beef industry is being shaken up. A recent deal between the U.S. and Argentina is opening the door to large-scale imports of Argentine beef and that means downward pressure on prices and quality for American ranchers. But here's the thing, not all meat is created equal. When you import beef, you give up the control, feed standards, antibiotic use, histamine levels, mRNA risks. You're rolling the dice. Why gamble when you can choose better? Introducing Carnival Premium American-grown U.S. ranch-raised meat that's mRNA-free, histamine-free, antibiotic-free. Beef, chicken, and pork, all freeze-dried for maximum freshness, flavor, and shelf life. When you buy from Carnival, you're supporting American ranchers, American agriculture, and American businesses. You're choosing quality over compromise. While imported beef may meet the minimum, ours sets the standard. Visit carnival.com and check out the full line of premium freeze-dried meat from American farms to your table. And here's something special. Use code EATMEAT at checkout to get 10% off your order. Don't settle for imports. Choose premium, choose American, choose Carnival. Because when it comes to what you're feeding yourself and your family, there's no substitute for the best.